he can make big plays still in the pass game, also in the running game. I just think, it's been too much talked about just because now it's a down year for him with having, Dak not being there and the offense is not moving the ball like it needs to. Right now, I think he has 150 touches for 572 yards. Still can be a 1,000-yard rusher this year. So how is he anything that he's falling off that need to move on? I think it's still a great value in Zeke and what you pay for him.
I agree. I just think Zeke is low-hanging fruit. I mean, you take Dak out of the equation. The offensive line has been banged up. Ty Smith has missed the better part of the season. Lyle Collins didn't play a single game. Zach Martin is in and out. Skip, he missed the game. He left a game early with a concussion and then missed the next game with that concussion-related symptoms. So for me, Skip, the offensive line they're not the same team. I'm not so sure they're committed as running the football as they were early in Zeke's career. They kind of changed that. They started going to more Dak, a pass offense, and then you tried to come back to Zeke once Dak got injured, and that's very, very difficult to do. But Amari Cooper's making $20 million a year. They need to move on from that, Coop. I mean, you tell me the guy that's this season, you tell me the guy that's lived up to the money that they're getting paid. There's a reason why they're 2-7. There's enough blame to go around, but Zeke is the biggest name, and Zeke is low-hanging fruit, so I just reach up there and I pick Zeke and say, well, you know what, they need to move on. Look, now they might, Skip was mentioning earlier, Crows, that they have an escalator and they're going to have to make a decision because his 2022 salary will become guaranteed. In March.
Yeah.
In March. So they might have to come, may have that conversation. You know how they call you and they say, we need to talk to you. And this is a very difficult discussion for us because you've been so great to the franchise and we'd love to have you. But we need to take some of your money back. That's basically what they're going to ask you probably to do in this offseason, Crow.
Oh, 100%. You got to look at it. I mean, he's due $14 million in 2021 and another 13.5, almost $14 million in 2022. If it comes, so you're looking at it, the production's not there from this standpoint. They're looking at it as like, look, you're either going to take a pay cut or we can release you. And at the end of the day, you're going to have debt money. They have to build around it, and then you have to figure out how the offense is going to work. You got to think, Mike McCarthy's offense was never a heavy run offense anyway. So it was more of a pass offense. The run game was more of a pass, a play action, throw the ball down the field, get bits and chunks. But he had Aaron Rodgers that was throwing the ball down the field and extending plays. Same thing that Dak can do in this offense. So now you're looking at it, you're like, hey, we don't really need Zeke. It could possibly happen, but he's still a great value at 25 years old.
Crow, I cannot express to you how much I hope you're right and how much I hope this man across from me is right. My better judgment is telling me you're both wrong. Yep, he's still 25 years young, but he's running older and older to me. And I'm just going on my eye test, and I'm pretty good with the eye test. I'm just not seeing Zeke anymore. I want to, every game I say, okay, today is the day, and it's not the day. And just statistically, he led this league as a rookie with 109 yards rushing a game, not to mention the balls, as you point out, that he catches and runs with. But that's fallen all the way down this year to 64 yards a game. It's almost like half of his production as a rookie. And you look at 20-plus yard runs, he had 14 in 2016, his rookie year, led the league in rushing, 14 20-pluses. Then let's skip 17 because he was suspended, but down to 18, he had 11. And then down to last year, he had 4. And now he's got 1 this year of 20-plus yards. It's scary, wrong to me. And I had to sit and watch Monday Night Football. I'm watching Dalvin Cook. He is hitting holes like lightning, flashing through the hole. And then I watched Zeke on Sunday, and it's like a flickering light bulb that's about to go bad, about to burn out. That looks like Zeke is so slow. It looks like it's in slow motion going to the hole. And now Zeke is making Tony Pollard look like Dalvin Cook because Pollard comes in and it's like, pow, pow, Zeke, boom, boom, boom. Here we go with some burst. And Tony Pollard against the Pittsburgh Steelers had 2 runs. We can see him real quick of 20-plus yards. And I'm waiting for one from Zeke, and I can't find it because he doesn't seem to have that left in his body. And he's still a very young man. Well, how do I defend that? What's to tell me that he's suddenly going to snap out of it? Because he hasn't snapped out of it for 2 years now.
Crow.
Is it 2? Man, I look, he's going through a funk. Like, you're gonna have that as a player. You go through a funk. You go through those sessions, or you may have a season where you have a down year, but it's just how you're going to bounce back from it. He's not having a great year. The offensive line is not there. He's missing his best friend, teammate, his brother, and that can get him going. And another thing is, it's just, when you look at him, he doesn't have that same burst that you always seen when he came in as a rookie, and also you saw part of 2017 also. But you're not seeing that burst from him that you normally would see. I think it's the vision that you saw earlier in his career. I don't see that he's making the right decisions from that standpoint.
Nope.
But when you look at it, the guy can still play the ball and can change the game at any point in time if he hits the hole that he needs to. And I think that's just something that he's missing. And it just feels like he's not into the game as much as he was early in his career until right now.
But you can't tell me he has those same holes that he had in 2016, in 2017, in 2018, in 2020. I don't see those holes because I could have ran through those holes. I might have not got 1,600, but I'd have got 500 yards at my age running through those big old holes. But here's the thing, Tony, and you talk about Tony Pollard. Crow, you seen the number 2 receiver. Oh, boy, he doing it. And as soon as the number 1 goes and they elevated number 2, all of a sudden you're like, hold on. Because I tell you what, there's a guy in Pittsburgh. When he had AB draw the double coverage, he was the team MVP. Now he gets the double coverage, and Chase Claypool looked like the best receiver on the football team.
You're talking about Juju Smith.
Juju Smith. Yeah. You see how that works? That's why Tony Pollard looks so good. You elevate him to number 1 and let him become the focal point of an opposing defense.
I buy that. I got it. But still, it's almost to the point where if you guys can guarantee me Zeke is going to have a bounce back year next year.
I can't guarantee they don't guarantee
if Crow will, then I would say put Zeke on mothballs right now. Like let's just put him on the shelf for the rest of the year because where are we going?
Y'all got a chance to win the division.
Yeah, we're only a game back.
You on a game back?
Yeah. I don't know. I would save him.
Save him for what?
For next year when we win the Super Bowl, right?
Man, look here.
Hey, here you go. Dallas Cowboys fans, every year you're going to win a Super Bowl and never make it.
Right. And then you ain't putting nobody on the shelf with $15 million if he's healthy.
You're right about that. You got to play that $15 million.
Well, I'm with you. Next March, they're going to put some of that on the shelf. Some of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're going to have to. I mean, I'm going to do the same thing with Amari Cooper, too.
Oh, absolutely.
But they just gave him his money.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give some of it. You got to give some of it back.
He's like the number 3 receiver right now.
Yeah, D-Law is starting to earn his keep.
Oh, yeah.
He's starting to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Antonio, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time, and we'll check in with you very soon. Next up, guys, could Rajon Rondo be headed back to the East? Instead of staying in L.A., Chris Broussard returns.